Hello, I'm Richard Dongard with SubliminalScience.com, and I want to answer any hypnosis-related questions you have. So if you ever have a question, leave a comment here on my YouTube page or send me an email. Become my friend here. Today's question is, can hypnosis be used to make somebody do something against their will? This is, of course, a great question for me to answer while I'm here in the Philippines, because this past week in the national newspapers of the Philippines, a story came to light. And 4 women from China allegedly came to Makati City and hypnotized a woman into giving up well over 200,000 pesos. We're talking some real money, that's several $1,000s. Well, the answer to the question is no. Hypnosis can't be used to make somebody do something against their will. Well, this lady may have been conned, she may have been swindled, she may have been manipulated, she may have even been coerced, she may have even been tricked. She wasn't really hypnotized. Now let's explore that a little bit further. Hypnosis is not sleep. It's not a state of unconsciousness. In fact, if you wonder what hypnosis feels like, go ahead right now and just close your eyes and count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then open your eyes. That's exactly what hypnosis feels like. You always know where you are, you always know what's going on, and you always know what the hypnotist is saying. Hypnosis is not something that a person does to somebody else, but a process in which a person guides a person into a state of creativity, of open-mindedness, suggestibility, using natural trance phenomena. Each one of us is hypnotized every single day without a hypnotist even hypnotizing us. It happens as we go through the process of being awake and alert. But in that state of what we call hypnosis, most commonly associated with the theta level of brain functioning, we're in a state where when somebody suggests something to us, we're most receptive to the idea. Now, in 99.9% of the population, the healthy people of the planet, if I were to suggest to them, hey, give me all of your pesos, they would open up their eyes and say, hey, why are you asking for my pesos and trying to take advantage of me, you bad hypnotist? Let me suggest, though, that without hypnosis, people take advantage of other people. And it's a lot more interesting to ascribe theft to an individual by mystical means. There was a report last year in the Italian press of a storekeeper who was robbed by hypnosis. It's my belief that this was probably a state of either a person misunderstanding what hypnosis is, the press reporting the story inaccurately, or probably more likely a storekeeper colluding with the robber and believing this would allow them to get away with it. The situation, though, that arises where a person says, I was hypnotized into doing this, is a situation that I suppose can occur, not because of hypnosis, because hypnosis isn't a magical process, but because of what I call a diffused sense of ego. They don't know where they begin and where others stop. And there are certain people who are taken advantage of by abusers. We see this in domestic violence situations. We see this in the more flamboyant cases, the cases of Stockholm Syndrome, like Patty Hearst, who robbed the bank after being kidnapped by her captors, or even the most recent case a couple of years ago of Elizabeth Smart, who, after 2 months in captivity, was taken by her captors to restaurants and public places. She wore a veil, and she didn't try to run away. People, either through repetitious abuse or because of their own personality, can easily be manipulated by other people. And hypnosis may be the gimmick that an abuser uses to manipulate another person. But let me assure you that abuse would occur even without hypnosis being mentioned in these types of situations. So while we have here in Makati a case of manipulation, a case of persuasion, a case of coercion, a case of plain old robbery, where in cases of Elizabeth Smart and Patty Hearst, we have isolation and psychological trauma existing. In cases like the Italian robber, we probably have collusion. It's not hypnosis that does it. And one of the things that frustrates me as a professional hypnotist is this misbelief that hypnosis is somehow magical. That if I have you close your eyes and relax your muscles, I can then have you become my unwitting drone out to do my evil bidding. Again, the news is full of stories of both individuals and societies that follow an evil leader, or that follow the unhealthy directions of somebody who's in a position of power or abuse. This does not make it hypnosis, nor does it mean that hypnosis has the power in and of itself to covertly have somebody do the evil bidding of another person. Again, if you have any questions about hypnosis, I'll try to answer them to the best of my abilities. Leave me a comment, become my friend here on YouTube, and send me an email. I'm always more than happy to answer any questions about hypnosis.